thought I was frozen, didn't you? Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? It is very chilly out today. The problem is this car doesn't have a thermostat display, so I can bring up the temperature. But at the same time, I don't mind it because this Jeep is a lot of it is back to basics. It's, not being overwhelmed with too much information that you don't really need. I can still, bring up, my driving directions and all that stuff via Bluetooth. And so, hey, it tells me how fast it's going. And it does other stuff that, like, cars do. Okay, apparently an article by Nicola Methvin has hit the mirror. Now, normally I would say, look, Nicola's on the ball. Nicola knows what she's talking about, but unfortunately, this article runs off into the land of wild speculation, from what I can tell. And it's basically saying the same things a lot of the panic mongers are running around out there screaming. And that is, oh my God! They're not going to be able to film Doctor Who next year. You're looking at a 2-year wait. And from what I'm hearing, no. A lot of it is the same speculation that's been shooting up everywhere ever since, Shooty. I got to watch that clip from the Graham Norton show. I keep forgetting to do it. About where he says, we're going to be back filming, and they cut it, or cut the audio, or whatever they did. Now, from what I'm hearing, though, is the BBC, is waiting to find out from Disney whether they're going to co-fund the next season or not. And it kind of weirds me out that they got themselves put into that position, but this is why you make them sign on the dotted line for a minimum of 2 series, and which is what they got. They had 2 series filmed, but the first series was not all that horrible. As a matter of fact, it did pretty well from what we keep hearing from Disney. But I don't know, maybe they're trying to pipe away some money, in case, they do that second Wolverine and Deadpool movie. Because there's rumors already flying about that now that it's made a shit ton of money. But Doctor Who, no, don't listen to all the speculations. Or to quote the one song, don't mean nothing until you sign it on the dotted line, or is it the bottom line? I can't remember. It was old Richard Marx song, but oh well. Don't mean nothing, they say. It don't mean. Oh yeah, well, one of them deals. All right, so. Yeah, I know the feeling. I could drink coffee all the time too, but I don't, because it can really start messing with your stomach after a while. So, also, I started cutting back on my coffee intake during the week so I can get more sleep at night. So, one of the things I noted was there were some nights, I'd have a cup of coffee in the evening, and some nights I'd be out cold, and there were some nights I'd be sitting there staring at the ceiling for I don't know how long. So, had to cut that out. So, don't panic. Don't go crazy. Don't go screaming for the hills. There's nothing that's been signed on the dotted line. And like I said, there's nothing that's been, confirmed. I highly doubt they're going to cancel or buy out on it, because I sleep on my back, I sleep on my side, I sleep backward, forward, and no. I use a CPAP machine to sleep, so I pretty much have I don't sleep on my belly, no. Oh, there's days where I just come home and I'm sleeping sitting up for a while there. So depends on how wore out I am. Sorry, I'm just reading up on the chat here, see what everybody's up to. But no, don't listen to the mirror this time, especially because it's just, speculation based off speculation that's been going on ever since the Graham Norton incident, we'll call it. Whogate. Not. Great, now I'm going to have to make a new intro. Whogate 2024. Pa, 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 pa. Now, Oreo does not drink coffee, by the way. There's sometimes that cat gets just like zippity-doo on his own. He doesn't need caffeine to do it, He, despite his age, he gets the zoomies still every now and then. Shoom, shoom, shoom. Yeah, I should. Like I said, I do that every now and then. It's funny how many views you get when you put up a negative title because it seems like people in the world just want to be bummed out. It's like there've been no Doctor Who for like 5 years, and I'm dying laughing because you got all these folks going, the show needs a rest, or other folks going, the show needs a little hiatus, and I'm like, how long do you think the show's going to be gone if they put it to rest at this point? Because last time it was, not counting the 96 movie, it was 89 to 2005. Yes, cats have been on Doctor Who. You need to turn your mind back. Matter of fact, Gridlock, you had the cat family, remember? Then you had, the cat nurses and the cat nuns or whatever they were. And oh, God, yeah, that one made me, die laughing. I'm like, why am I even talking about this? Because I know that they're not going to, let a cat run amok in the set. It's just... Also, the only thing that worries me about the functioning of this car is the clock. I've noticed the clock tends to run behind on this dash. I don't like that, but oh well. So meanwhile, yeah, also I see that, the usual suspects are making the rounds telling us about what we should have on television and all that again because they're just so highly intellectual. Oh, everybody thinks the drunkard is like some kind of, postmodern philosopher, and and the Nardi, his buddy, they're doing talk shows like they've just won the Nobel Peace Prize for being imbeciles. It's like, are you kidding me? And then There's talk that they may be hiring panels of, here's my favorite word in the world that I just love, superfans, for input on TV shows. And I'm like, oh God, don't you even frickin' dare. Because TV will become unwatchable. If you let the lunatics run the asylum, it's not going to go well. Oh, it just drives me insane. It's like, it, you know, just imagine the the tribunal of super fans they'll get, for like say, Doctor Who or something. Thou shalt have no other doctors before Hartnell. Thou shalt have no other. The Timeless Children did not happen. It was a mere everything that from the time Capaldi regenerated to the time he became like Tennant again was all a nightmare. It was all the nightmare. It's non-canon. Oh man. And what gets me is, I still love the look on these guys' faces when they're like, well, we need to go back to the good old days. Oh, look, there's RTD. He's coming over the hill. He's on a white horse in bright, shining armor. He's going to save Doctor Who. He's going to kill the Timeless Children. And it didn't happen. And I told y'all it wasn't going to happen. One thing RTD did not like, especially when Moffat was running the show, was his stuff being overwritten. He feels it's disrespectful to other showrunners. And I don't believe in the term super fan, is what I mean. You're fans of a show, and you're just as much a fan of a show as I am. Anybody on the street, anybody here and there. I don't believe in the term super fan. It's like, I don't care if if you've got everything that there ever was. You've got set decorations. You've got, oh look, I stole this TARDIS console or I bought it at a garage sale. I don't care if you somehow managed to get like Romana's underwear from the Stones of Blood. I don't, what Mary Tam was wearing these panties when they filmed the scene in Stones of Blood. No, I don't care. It doesn't make you any more of a fan than anybody else. We're all fans of the show. We all enjoy it. Nothing makes you super over everybody else. And I managed to get the shoes River Song wore in oh gosh, these are River Song's heels. Every now and then I like to take them down and smell them, and then I reach for my special sock. Oh. Well, Ian Levine, like I said, I don't know what's running through his mind. Yeah, I will always be grateful to him for saving the episodes that he saved, from extinction, from destruction, and all that. I mean, but some of the things he could not make up his mind to save his life. Like he couldn't, he was one of the ones throwing a fit when Jodie Whittaker became the Doctor, and then turns around and says oh heck, now my brain just blanked on me. Oh. Hang on, it's going to hit me in 5 minutes when it's not relevant. Hang on. Then he says Fugitive of the Jadoon was one of the best episodes of Doctor Who he'd ever seen. And I'm like, hold on a minute. It's like, I think he was behind that. I got to double check that. Like, there was this guy, he made this big, like, documentary style video going on about, like, say, Brickleberry, Paradise PD, and the guys who made that. And I'm like, all I did is I typed in the one comment box. I was like, that's funny. Well, I'm failing to see anywhere on your resume where, you made your own show and it did anything. Meanwhile, these guys each made 2 shows that ran multiple seasons. Other than Farzar, which only ran 1, but K9 and Company. Well, yeah, there's one that went by the wayside, but to be saved in the canon. Ah, well. What can you do? So, once again, just a warning. Don't go screaming around crying that it's over. Don't go running around saying the show's doomed or anything like that quite yet. Until we have more information, don't go panicking and, oh my God, it's a disaster. No, don't do any of that. Let's just sit back, wait, and see what kind of info we get, okay? So take care, everybody. We'll see you on the flip side. I've got to run, so be kind, be calm, be safe. And we'll hopefully see you all tomorrow morning. Have a good one, everybody.